A biographical narrative of Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping, the President of the People's Republic of China, is one of the most influential political leaders of the 21st century. His life story reflects the dramatic transformations of modern China, shaped by revolution, political struggle, reform, and the pursuit of national power. From a privileged revolutionary family to years of hardship during political turmoil, and eventually to the highest position in the Chinese state, Xi's personal journey has profoundly influenced his leadership style and political vision. Xi Jinping was born on June 15, 1953, in Beijing. He was born into a prominent revolutionary family. His father, Xi Jinping, was a respected veteran of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, and a close associate of Mao Zedong during the Chinese Civil War. Xi Jinping played an important role in the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949 and later served in senior government positions. Because of this background, Xi Jinping spent his early childhood in an elite political environment, surrounded by high-ranking officials and exposed to the ideals of communism from an early age. However, Xi's privileged upbringing was abruptly disrupted by the Cultural Revolution, which began in 1966. During this period, his father was accused of political disloyalty, removed from power, and imprisoned. The Xi family fell from favor, and young Xi Jinping experienced sudden hardship and humiliation. At the age of 15, he was sent to the rural village of Liangjiahe in Shaanxi province as part of Mao's Down to the Countryside movement, which aimed to re-educate urban youth through manual labor and rural life. Xi spent 7 years in Liangjiahe, an experience that deeply shaped his character and worldview. Living in poverty, he worked as a farmer, sleeping in cave dwellings, carrying grain, and enduring harsh conditions. At first, he struggled to adapt and faced social isolation due to his family background. Over time, however, he earned the trust of villagers and became involved in local leadership. He later described these years as formative, claiming they taught him resilience, discipline, and a strong connection to ordinary people. This period also marked his determination to join the Chinese Communist Party, although his early applications were rejected due to his father's political status. After repeated efforts, he was finally accepted into the CCP in 1974. After the end of the Cultural Revolution, China began a period of reform and opening under Deng Xiaoping. Xi Jinping was allowed to return to formal education. In 1975, he enrolled at Tsinghua University in Beijing, one of China's most prestigious institutions, where he studied chemical engineering. His education coincided with a time of ideological reassessment in China, as the country moved away from radical revolutionary policies toward economic modernization. Xi later continued his studies while working, earning a doctorate in law with a focus on Marxist theory and ideological governance. Xi's political career began at the grassroots level, following a path common for ambitious party officials. In the early 1980s, he worked as a secretary to a senior military official before taking local government positions in Hebei province. He then moved to Fujian province, where he spent nearly 2 decades in various roles, including vice mayor, party secretary of several cities, and eventually governor. In Fujian, Xi gained a reputation for administrative discipline and efforts to combat corruption, while also promoting economic development and foreign investment, particularly in cross-strait relations with Taiwan. In the early 2000s, Xi was transferred to Zhejiang province, one of China's most economically dynamic regions. As party secretary of Zhejiang, he oversaw rapid economic growth driven by private enterprise and export-oriented industries. His leadership emphasized efficiency, innovation, and party control, balancing market development with political stability. This period strengthened his image as a capable manager of complex economic systems. In 2007, Xi Jinping was appointed party secretary of Shanghai, China's largest city and financial hub, following a major corruption scandal. Although his tenure there was brief, it was politically significant. He focused on restoring public trust, enforcing party discipline, and stabilizing governance. His performance in Shanghai elevated his national profile and demonstrated his reliability to the central leadership. Later that same year, Xi was promoted to the Politburo Standing Committee, the highest decision-making body in China. In 2008, he became vice president of the People's Republic of China, positioning him as the heir apparent to then-President Hu Jintao. During this period, Xi took on responsibilities related to foreign affairs, party management, and preparations for the 2008 Beijing Olympics, gaining experience on the global stage. In November 2012, Xi Jinping was elected General Secretary of the Chinese Communist Party, and in March 2013, he became President of China. Upon assuming leadership, Xi launched an extensive anti-corruption campaign that targeted both high-ranking officials and lower-level bureaucrats. This campaign strengthened party discipline and consolidated his authority, while also reshaping China's political landscape. As president, Xi articulated a vision known as the Chinese Dream, emphasizing national rejuvenation, economic strength, social stability, and global influence. He promoted assertive foreign policies, ambitious infrastructure projects such as the Belt and Road Initiative, and increased the role of the CCP in all aspects of Chinese life. In 2018, constitutional term limits on the presidency were removed, allowing Xi to remain in power beyond the traditional two-term limit. Xi Jinping's life reflects the history of modern China itself: revolutionary idealism, political upheaval, reform, and the pursuit of national power. His experiences of privilege, hardship, and long service within the Communist Party have shaped his leadership style, characterized by discipline, centralization, and a strong emphasis on party authority. From a village in rural Shaanxi to the pinnacle of global politics, Xi's biography remains inseparable from the story of China's rise in the contemporary world.